Hi, this is Jenny, and I'm going to show you how to make 90-second bread. Now, I don't eat this all the time, but I ate this quite a lot. When I first started keto, I needed some kind of transition bread because I was used to eating bread. This kind of did the trick. Now, it has a texture very much like cornbread. So if you like cornbread, then this will be fine for you. You can also use this as a hamburger bun, make a sandwich out of it, and that's what I did before because that's what I was used to eating, was a sandwich. And my sandwich was one slice of bread, a slice of ham, and a little cheese with some mustard. So not much, but well, this recipe makes two servings for me, actually. I'm not as big as other people are. My calorie needs are not as high as others, so it makes two servings. The other serving you can wrap and or put in a covered container and put it in the refrigerator until you need to use it. Now you're going to need a half cup of almond flour, a half or a quarter teaspoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of coconut oil or butter, and one large egg. There's 220 calories per serving, I think. There's 2 grams of net carbs, and that's the carbs you are counting, the net carbs, and 7 grams of protein and 22 grams of fat. Now that sounds scary, 22 grams of fat, because we've all been taught, those of us who are old enough to remember the 80s anyways, that fat is bad. Well, on keto, fat is not bad. That's what you're burning. That's what your body is looking for fuel, is fat, not carbohydrates. So I am going to go ahead and get started and show you how it's done. So these are my notes on the information. Okay, so what we're going to do, you see we have our baking powder and our almond flour, and I already measured them out for you, and I am using butter instead of coconut oil because I will be honest, I had been keeping my coconut oil in the refrigerator and it is solid as a rock and I just don't have the patience to let it thaw out, so I'm going to use butter. So go ahead and put your almond flour in a large microwavable cup or bowl or other container. I like to use this, it's like a souffle or a soup bowl, I don't know what, but it works. And this is where it gets tricky. Because I'm right-handed. This is a quarter teaspoon. Pretty simple. And I'm just going to put that egg right in there. And honestly, my butter's hard as a rock too, so I'm just going to thaw. Now my butter is, thanks to the magic of microwaves, a bit softer and easier to work with. So I am going to try to do this one-handed because I am all about no frills. I do not have any kind of fancy equipment. I just have a cell phone here. And I don't care. Now I think I need a fork to kind of smash all this together. That's really the hardest part there is. Okay, I'm going to mix it all together and I will show you what it looks like when it's mixed. So here it is. It's mixed, and if you've ever made cornbread, it's kind of the same consistency of cornbread batter. So I'm going to try to clean the sides off as much as I can. Nice thing about this is that you can mix and cook in the same container. You don't have to grease anything. Into the microwave it goes for 90 seconds. Now, we're almost done here. I figured nobody really wants to sit here for 90 seconds and watch the microwave turn round and round. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Kind of looks somewhat like the surface of Mars. Yeah. Ouch, it's hot. It's very hot. So we're going to let it cool, and then we're going to take it out. So I'm going to pause for a moment and let it cool. All right, now I've let it cool sufficiently so that it did not burn myself, and I coaxed it out of, ouch, it's still a little hot. Still, I coaxed it out of the container by inverting it and kind of tipping, and anyways, it popped right out. And what I usually do is cut it right down the middle this way, as evenly as you can. And then you can even cut it again if you like, and if you're skilled, to use as a sandwich. So 1/2 you can use as 2 slices to make a sandwich. Like I said, it's pretty high in calories for me. So I don't eat it very often. Honestly, I don't even miss bread at all. It's just not something that I eat. I don't even think about it anymore. And some people don't get past that stage. They just they want bread, and this works. And there are more complicated, more complex recipes for different kinds of keto-friendly bread, and I do make them. I do make one. I have one that I like, but I've had the same loaf of bread in my freezer for months. I should probably eat that. I just don't crave it anymore. But here you go. 90-second bread. You can also add artificial sweeteners to it, and cocoa powder, whatever, and experiment a bit. And you can make a mug cake with the same base recipe. There are also other variations of this recipe. This isn't the only one. You can do a little experimenting. If you need to add some more liquid to it, then add some liquid, and just go for it. It's an easy recipe. So I hope you enjoy.